for another time. Let me just get started. I gotta do this justice. I'm nervous because it's Lauryn Hill. You know, I'm a rapper. Lauryn Hill's one of my favorite female. She's my favorite female rapper ever. She's often regarded as one of the greatest rappers of all time. I don't know who says that. I mean, cause you can't put her above Tupac. As well as being one of the most influential singers of her generation. Hill is credited for breaking barriers for female rappers, popularizing melodic rapping, and for bringing hip-hop and neo-soul to popular music. Oh, Erykah Badu, I think, they're kind of similar. But Erykah Badu doesn't really rap, it's just neo-soul. She is known for being a member of the Fugees. The Score is a badass album. And her solo album, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill from 1998, is amazing, which became one of the best-selling albums of all time. Hill has won many awards, including 8 Grammys, the most for a female rapper. Raised mostly in South Orange, New Jersey, East Coast. Shout out to the East Coast. Hill began singing with her music-oriented family during her childhood. So this just jumps into her. So she appeared in the 1993 film Sister Act 2. Hill in high school, Hill was approached by Pros Michael for a band he started with his cousin Wyclef Jean. Oh, he joined afterwards. Wyclef joined afterwards. They renamed themselves the Fugees and released the albums Blunted on Reality, which I need to check out, and the Grammy Award-winning The Score. So Blunted on Reality is from 94. The Score was in 96, which the Score sold 7 million copies in the U.S. Hill rose to prominence for her Caribbean music influences and African-American and Caribbean music influences on her rapping and singing, as well as her performance on the Fugees version of Killing Me Softly. So I guess there's another version of Killing Me Softly, and I didn't know that. She began to focus on solo projects, writing and producing A Rose Is Still a Rose by Aretha Franklin, then featuring on the Grammy Award-nominated songs If I Ruled the World by Nas. Her tumultuous romantic relationship with Wyclef Jean led to the split of the band in 97, after which she began work on her solo album. The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill remains Hill's sole solo studio album. It received widespread critical acclaim for showcasing a representation of life, relationships, and locating a contemporary voice within the neo-soul genre. The album debuted at number 1 on the U.S. Billboard 200, and it sold approximately 10 million copies there, being certified diamond by the Recording Industry Association of America. This included the singles Doo Wop, That Thing, which is one of the greatest songs ever, X Factor, and Everything Is Everything. At the 41st Grammy Awards, the record earned her 5 awards, including Album of the Year and Best New Artist. During this time, she won several other awards and became a common sight on the cover of magazines. Soon afterward, Hill dropped out of the public eye. Dissatisfied with the music industry and supposedly suffering from the pressures of fame, her last full-length recording, the New Material live album MTV Unplugged number 2.0, which came out in 2002, sold approximately 1 million copies in the U.S. and sharply divided critics upon its release, but has received retrospective praise. I read that. I ended that weird. I didn't know it was at the end of the sentence. But has received retrospective praise. I need to check it out. I haven't even heard it. Hill's subsequent activity, which includes the release of a few songs and occasional festival appearances, has been sporadic. Hill has 6 kids, 5 of them with Rohan Marley. In 2012, she pleaded guilty to tax evasion and served a 3-month prison sentence the following year. Early life. Lauryn Noel Hill was born, like I said earlier, May 26, 1975, in Newark, New Jersey. Her mother, Valerie Hill, was an English teacher, and her father, Mal Hill, a computer and management consultant. She has one older brother named Malani. I don't know how to say that, like a masculine, Malani, who was born in 1972. Her Baptist family moved to New York for a short period before settling in South Orange, New Jersey. New Jersey Devil. That was a DJ. Hill has said of her musically oriented family, there were so many records, so much music constantly being played. My mother played the piano, my father sang, and we were always surrounded by music. Her father sang in local nightclubs and at weddings. While growing up, Hill frequently listened to Curtis Mayfield, Stevie Wonder, Aretha Franklin, and Gladys Knight. Years later, she recalled playing Marvin Gaye's What's Going On repeatedly until she fell asleep to it. In middle school, Lauryn Hill performed the Star Spangled Banner before a basketball game. Due to its popularity, subsequent games featured a recording of her rendition. In 1988, Hill appeared as an amateur night contestant on its Showtime at the Apollo. She sang her version of the Smokey Robinson track, Who's Loving You, gathering an initially harsh reaction from the crowd. Damn, imagine. She persevered through the performance. Hill attended Columbia High School, where she was a member of the track team, cheerleading squad, and was a classmate of actor Zach Braff. I don't know who that is and why that's on that list. She also took violin lessons, went to dance class, and founded the school's gospel choir. Wow, that's dope. Academically, she took advanced placement classes, and later recalling her education, Hill commented, I had a love for, I don't know if it was necessarily for academics more than it was just for achieving, period. If it was academics, if it was sports, if it was music, if it was dance, whatever it was, I was always driven to do a lot in whatever field or whatever area I was focusing on at the moment. So 1991 to 1993 were her career beginnings. While a freshman in high school, through mutual friends, Prat Casrell, aka Praz Michael, approached Hill about a music group he was creating. Hill and Praz began under the name Translator Crew. They came up with this name because they wanted to rhyme in different languages. Oh, that's dope. Another female vocalist was soon replaced by Michael's cousin, multi-instrumentalist Wyclef Jean. The group began performing in local showcases and high school talent shows. Hill was initially only a singer, but then learned to rap too. Instead of modeling herself on female rappers like Salt and Pepper and MC Lyte, she preferred male rappers like Ice Cube and developed her flow from listening to them. Hill later said, I remember doing my homework in the bathroom stalls of hip-hop clubs. While growing up, Hill took acting lessons in Manhattan. She began her acting career in 1991, appearing with John in Club 12. Sorry, it's Roman numerals. MC Lyte's off-Broadway hip-hop rendering of Shakespeare's Twelfth Night. Oh, okay. See, I'm reading these sentences. Weird. So there's a movie. There was a oh no, it was an off-Broadway play called Club 12, which was a version of Shakespeare's Twelfth Night, a hip-hop version of it. While the play was not a success, an agent noticed her. Later that year, Hill began appearing on the soap opera As the World Turns in a recurring role as troubled teenager Kira Johnson. She subsequently co-starred alongside Whoopi Goldberg in the 93 release Sister Act 2. Back in the habit. Playing Rita Louise Watson, an inner-city Catholic school teenager with a surly, rebellious attitude. In it, she performed the songs His Eye is on the Sparrow, and another song called Joyful, Joyful. Director Bill Duke credited Hill with improvising the rap in the scene. None of that was scripted. That was all Lauryn. She was amazing. Critic Roger Ebert called her the girl with the big, joyful voice. Nobody knows who Roger Ebert is anymore, which is weird. Everybody just knows Rotten Tomatoes. Ebert and Roper and Robert. Wait. It was Roger and Ebert, right? And it became Ebert and Roper. I don't know, something like that. It was two dudes, and then they became two other dudes. But one dude stayed. Rolling Stone said she would perform marvelously against type in the otherwise perfunctory film. Perfunctory? I don't know what that means. Hill also appeared in Steven Soderbergh's 1993 motion picture King of the Hill in a minor but pivotal role as a 1930s gun-popping elevator operator. Damn, they used to be elevator operators. Soderbergh biographer Jason Wood described her as supplying one of the warmest scenes in the film. Hill graduated from... So she was in high school doing these movies because she graduated in 1993 from Columbia High School. She was in high school. Wow. All right, 94 to 96, main article, the Fugees, blunted on reality. I'm blunted on reality. And the score, Praz, Hill, and Gene renamed their group the Fugees, a derivative of the word refugee, which was a derogatory term for Haitian Americans. Whoa, bringing it back to that question. What was a word that used to be bad that has become cavalier? Well, I don't know if this, but they changed it to that. Hill began a romantic relationship with John. The Fugees, who signed a contract with Columbia/Roughhouse Records in '93, became known for their genre blending, particularly of rock, reggae, and soul, which was first experimented on their debut album, Blunted on Reality, released in '94. It reached number 62 on the Billboard Top R&B and Hip Hop Albums, but overall sold poorly and was met by poor critical reviews due to their management's insistence they adopt gangster rap attitudes. Interesting. Although the album made little impact, Hill's rapping on Some Seek Stardom was seen as a highlight when they listened to that song. Within the group, she was frequently referred to by the nickname El Boogie. Hill's image and artistry, as well as her full, rich, raspy alto voice, placed her at the forefront of the band, with some fans urging her to begin a solo career. The Fugees' second album, The Score, peaked at a number 1 on the U.S. Billboard 200 and stayed in the top 10 of that chart for over half a year. It sold about 7 million copies in the U.S. and more than 22 million copies worldwide. Which one? I used to have the globe right here. I kind of want to put the globe back right here. Where was it? Worldwide. In 96, just some more awards. Singles from The Score included Fujila, Ready or Not, which highlighted Hill's singing and rapping abilities, and the Bob Marley cover No Woman, No Cry. Her rendition of Killing Me Softly became the group's breakout hit. Buttressed by what Rolling Stone publications later called Hill's evocative vocal line and her amazing pipes, the track became pervasive on pop, R&B, hip-hop, and adult contemporary radio formats. It won the Grammy Award for Best R&B Performance by a duo or group with vocals. On the album, Hill combined African-American music, which I don't know what that means, and Caribbean music influences with socially conscious lyrics. Newsweek mentioned Hill's irresistibly cute looks and proclaimed her the most powerful new voice in rap. Newsweek coming off creepy. Disabandonment and motherhood. Disbandment. At 21, Hill was still living at home with her parents. It's okay. She had been enrolled at Columbia University and considered majoring in history She became a sophomore. Yeah. But left after about a year of total studies once sales of the score went into the millions. Understandable. In 96, she responded to a false rumor on the Howard Stern show that she had made a racist comment on MTV saying, "How can I possibly be a racist? My music is universal, and I believe in God. If I believe in God, then I have to love all of God's creation. There can be no segregation." In 1996, Hill founded the Refugee Project, a nonprofit outreach organization that sought to transform the attitudes and behavior of at-risk urban youth. Part of this was Camp Hill, which offered stays in the Catskill Mountains for such youngsters. Another was production of an annual Halloween haunted house in East Orange. Hill also raised money for Haitian refugees, supported clean water well building projects in Kenya and Uganda, and staged a rap concert in Harlem to promote voter registration. In 1997 benefit event for the Refugee Project introduced the board of trustees for the organization that included Sean Puffy Combs, Mariah Carey, Busta Rhymes, Spike Lee, and others. In 1997, the Fugees split to work on solo projects, which John later blamed on his tumultuous relationship with Hill and the fact he married his wife, Claudinette, while still involved with Hill. Oh, Wyclef fucked it up. Meanwhile, in the summer of 96, Hill had met Rohan Marley, a son of Bob Marley, and a former University of Miami football player. Damn, talking about an upgrade. She subsequently began a relationship with him while still also involved with John. Oh, shit. She became pregnant in 96, and on August 3rd, 97, Marley and Hill's first child, Zion David, was born. The couple lived in Hill's childhood house in South Orange after she bought her parents a new house down the street. Hill had a cameo appearance in the 1997 film Have Plenty. In 98, Hill took up another small but important role in the film Restaurant. Entertainment Weekly praised her portrayal of the protagonist's pregnant former girlfriend as bringing vigor to the film. Whoa, that's suspect. Entertainment Weekly, it sounds racist. From 97 to 99, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill is the title of that part. Hill recorded her solo record, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, from late 97 through June 98 at Tough Gong Studios in Jamaica. The title was inspired by the book The Miseducation of the Negro from 1933 by Carter G. Woodson, as well as The Education of Sonny Carson, a film and autobiographical novel. The album featured contributions from D'Angelo, Carlos Santana, Mary J. Blige, and the then unknown John Legend. Wyclef Jean initially did not support Hill recording a solo album, but eventually offered his production help. Hill turned him down. Several songs on the album concerned her frustration with the Fugees. I Used to Love Him dealt with the breakdown of the relationship between Hill and Wyclef Jean. Other songs, such as To Zion, spoke about her decision to have her first baby, even though many at the time encouraged her to have an abortion, so to not interfere with their blossoming career. Indeed, Hill's pregnancy revived her from a period of writer's block, apparently. In terms of production, Hill collaborated with a group of musicians known as New Ark, consisting of Vada Nobles, Rasheem Pugh, Tejamol Newton, and Johari Newton. Hill later said that she wanted to write songs that lyrically moved me and have the integrity of reggae and the knock of hip-hop and the instrumentation of classic soul. And the production on the album was intended to make the music sound raw and not computer-aided. Hill spoke of pressure from her label to emulate Prince, wherein all tracks would be credited as written and produced by the artist with little outside help. She also wanted to be appreciated as an auteur, I don't know what that means, as much as John had within the Fugees. She also saw a feminist cause, but step out and try and control things, and there are doubts. This is a very sexist industry. They'll never throw the genius title to a sister. That's what she said. Damn. But she is a genius. While recording the album, when Hill was asked about providing contracts or documentation to the musicians, she replied, "We all love each other. This ain't about documents. This is blessed." Released on August 25th, 98, the album received rave reviews from contemporary music critics and was the most acclaimed album of 98. Critics lauded the album's blending of the R&B, doo-wop, pop, hip-hop, and reggae genres and its honest representation of women's life and relations. All right, I'm scared to read this, but Entertainment Weekly's David Brown says, called it an album of often astonishing power, strength, and feeling. Praised Hill for easily flowing from singing to rapping, evoking the past while forging a future of her own. Robert Christgau equipped PC Record of the Year, songs soft, singing ordinary, rapping skilled, rhymes up and down, skits the trap, production subtle and terrific. I have no idea what the sentence was. In 2017, NPR rated the album as the second best album of all time created by a woman. Well, I wonder what the first one was. It sold over 423 copies in the first week, boosted by advanced radio play of two non-label sanctioned singles, Lost Ones and Can't Take My Eyes Off You. And top Billboard 200 for 4 weeks and the Billboard R&B album chart for 6 weeks. It went on to sell about 10 million copies in the U.S. and 20 million worldwide. During 98 and 99, Hill earned $25 million from record sales and touring, along with Blige, Missy Elliott, Michelle Indigochello, Erykah Badu, and others. Erykah Badu, see, shout out to, she's from Dallas. Shout out to Erykah Badu. Found a voice with the neo soul genre. The first single from the album was, I guess, the first official one because there was like some non-label sanctioned singles. Was Doo Wop, That Thing, which debuted at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. It exemplified Hill's appeal, combining feelings of self-empowerment with self-defense. Other charted singles from the albums were X Factor, which has been sampled by Drake and Cardi B, Everything Is Everything, and To Zion. Period. In the 1998 Paz and Job Critics Poll, I don't know what that is, came into just more awards. November 98, she had her second kid. Being a young mother of 2, Hill said it's not an easy situation at all. You have to really pray and be honest with yourself. In the run-up to the 1999 Grammy Awards, Hill became the first woman to be nominated in 10 categories in a single year. In addition to Miseducation works, the nominations included her rendition of Can't Take My Eyes Off You for the 97 film Conspiracy Theory, which had appeared on Billboard charts. And Hill's writing and producing of A Rose Is Still a Rose, which became a late-in-career hit for Aretha Franklin. Okay. In February 1999, she received 4 awards at the 30th Annual NAACP Image Awards. She won Ebony Magazine Awards. She was on a song with Santana that won awards. A lot of awards. I also saw her and the Fugees together again. They reunited for the Dave Chappelle Block Party. And speaking of Dave Chappelle, because a lot of people say, oh, Lauryn Hill went crazy, right? No, the industry is sick. Not the people. The industry fucks people up, man. So she was just trying to survive. So shout out to Lauryn Hill. I salute you, queen.